After a season of only encountering little bears, it was time to put in the work to get a big old Bruin. Big old Bruin. My name's Mitchell Payment. I started tagging along with my dad to go hunting basically since I learned to walk. I grew up living the outdoor lifestyle, learning from my dad and any hunting video I could get my hands on as a kid.
Got a date with a big buck tonight.
Once I turned 12, the legal age to hunt, we started taking things more serious than ever.
This is our second attempt on getting a buck. Spawn stock mule deer.
Working hard and learning through experience to better our odds to fold our tags on the animals we were pursuing. It has helped us grow into who we are now. Welcome to Season 3 of Moment of Truth TV.
He's gonna go down. Look at the blood pumping. Yes! Here. Smoke jump.
He's a dream buck. Look at that drop.
That was gorgeous!
Our hunt for a bear started in the spring of 2017. A good friend of ours and owner of Killing Sticks Arrows, Calvin Buckler, invited us to come hunt one of his bait sites for the last couple weeks of season. With a couple bears coming in, including a big boar, we were thankful for the opportunity to possibly harvest my first ever bear. Well, we just got to a location, it's 5 o'clock. And that nice cinnamon came in once at 5:30, so we're gonna get in there as soon as we can. Got a perfect wind. I was worried about the wind tonight, but it looks like it's gonna be good. So stay tuned, hopefully we can get one on the ground. We ended up going out multiple times with no luck, just missing bears at the wrong times of day, but it was beautiful to get out, enjoy the spring weather, and watch the bush come alive around us. It's now fall, giving us another opportunity to chase these beautiful animals. With a couple bears hitting the bait, I'm on my way out to see if we can't get up close and personal with a big old Bruin. Just rolling into Calvin's now, gonna get the bow out, shoot a bit, make sure we're all dialed in. Haven't shot my bow since I harvested my moose, so I'm excited to get out hunting again. We're at the spot, a couple hundred yards away from where the bait is, and I'm really excited. I've never harvested a bear, so I'm hoping we can get in there. And Cal says there's some pretty nice bears coming in, including a big black one, so if he comes in, I'll be overwhelmed and hopefully we can ventilate him. But got a couple hundred yard walk in. We're gonna set up the ground blind and see what happens. Shortly after getting settled into the blind, a gorgeous color-phased bear came out and walked by. With no other bears making an appearance that evening, Dad and I decided to come out the following night in hopes a shooter bear would slip up. We ended up getting the up-close and personal encounter we were looking for, but unfortunately it wasn't with the size of bear that we were after. Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, RV City, Tacticam, iHunter app, Enforcer Ozone, Prime Archery, G5 Outdoors, K&R Tax Services, Killin' Sticks Arrows, 365 Archery, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Revolution Armory, and Score Ammunition. This segment is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, crafted for the courageous. It's now the following spring, time to replenish our established baits for when the sleepy giants come out of their den. Well, it's Monday, April 23rd, and it's finally time to go bait bears. Calvin gave me a call this morning that he's free and the snow's melted enough. It seems like we've been in an ice age. There's been on and off snow and it's been a real late spring, but it's finally time. I loaded the back of the truck up with 6 bags of oats, so we're gonna put those out today. Hopefully we can get some bears coming in along with a couple nice ones, because I've never harvested a bear, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a while now. And hopefully this year it comes to fruition, because I've been craving to arrow a bear for a few years now and it just hasn't worked out. But I'm gonna hit the pavement. It's about an hour and a half drive. Once we get there, we'll get to work, so stay tuned. Well, Cal and I just got to location, so we're gonna load up the side-by-side with a bunch of oats and stuff and head in there and rebait. It's established bait. It's been there for a year now, right, Cal? Yeah, so hopefully that big bear from last year comes in and we can arrow him with a killing stick. Well, we got to the bait site, the barrel's still there, so that's a good sign. We're gonna get unloaded after that long, it was probably a 6-hour quad ride in here. No, I'm kidding, it was about 2 minutes, but we're gonna load the bait in there and get her all set up. Good to go, let's go to the next bait site. Well, we just made it to the second location here. We're gonna be putting a bait on a river system here, and there's already established barrel in there. We're gonna take the side-by-side in. Hopefully there's no snow on the riverbank. There could be, because it's a east exposure, but we're gonna get in there and see how it goes. Well, we got a bunch of M&Ms from North American Hunting Supplies, Barry Valtner, and oh, they're strong smelling. It should work awesome for bringing up some bears. With the bait set and a great sense of anticipation, it's now time to wait to see what might show up that will be worth pursuing. Well, it's May 8th and I couldn't be any more excited. Dad, Calvin, and I were at the baits last night restocking them. We even set up a stand on the one. And there's just a small cinnamon on the one where we set up the tree stand, and we went to the other one and there's a big black Bruin on there, and we figure he's 18 plus inch skull, so he's gonna go poking young if we can harvest him. If we can get him tonight, I'd be overjoyed. He's exactly what I'm looking for my first bear, and exactly what we set out to get this spring. So I'm about a half an hour out now. I'm gonna meet up with Calvin, and I'm gonna shoot the bow a bit and get everything ready to go, and hopefully we can hop in the ground blind and get him. We're gonna get in there pretty early, around 3 o'clock, so when the time comes, he's been coming in about 6:30 every night, even a bit earlier sometimes, and he's been there the last 4 nights. So if all goes well, we'll get a killing stick bloody tonight, and I am so stoked. So stay tuned to see what happens. getting ready to head into the ground blind. We got a pretty good wind. It's northwest. Ideally it'd be northeast, but anything with a northerly flow, we should be all right. We're gonna sneak in there. We have to set up the ground blind. We don't have tree stands set up there, and we can't leave a ground blind set up or else the bears will demolish it, but it's looking to be good. He's coming in about 6:30 every evening for the last 3 or 4 evenings, so if he does that again tonight, we'll stick him with a killing stick, so stay tuned to see what happens.
We're in, ready to go.
With only a squirrel making an appearance, it was a bit disheartening, but we're going to stay persistent in hopes it pays off. This segment is brought to you by RV City for all your trailer repair, and camping needs. Located in Mornville and Nisku, Alberta.
Well, it's May 9th and we're heading out beaver hunting this evening for some bear bait. We ran out of beavers. We only had 3 to start the year, so we're gonna go out and see if we can't kill some beavers. We have a pretty good spot, and the farmers killed 35 in a year. Like, that was a while back, so, and we see them every year, so if we go in there and kill a couple, it'll be a very successful night, and we'll get them out on the baits as soon as possible. Bullseye right in the middle. Here's beaver number 1. We gave him a little bit of time to decease, but he's a gorgeous beaver. First one of the night. We can hear them slapping their tails around the bend, so we're gonna get over there and see if we can't get more. But it's a fantastic night so far. We came out and it's a success, even with one, but hopefully we can get a couple more.
We weren't able to get any more to come up on shore to shoot, but it was still a beautiful spring evening collecting some bear bait.
Well, we're heading out. We're packing up a few tree stands and a bunch of bait. We're gonna be heading out to the bait where we spooked that giant off. He's a big bear. He was there 4 nights straight, and when we went into bait, he was there early and we spooked him, and he didn't come back the following night. So we're gonna go there and set up properly with some tree stands, get some extra bait out of beaver and some meat, scraps meats and grease and the whole 9 yards. So he won't be able to resist it, and hopefully he comes back in and we can put a killing stick right behind his shoulder. Well, it's May 14th and we're getting ready to go into the bear stand. I'm very excited. We finally got fully established with some tree stands in this spot. Prior, we'd just come in with a ground blind and reset it up each time we went in, and I don't think that was working out. If he was bedded anywhere close, I'm sure you'd hear us. But we're going in today. We just rebaited it last Friday and he has pounded it. It's a big bear that we're calling Chip, and he's the first bear to show up on this bait, and he's just been annihilating it. At the beginning, he was there for 4 nights, ate a bunch, and then left, and he finally came back, and he's been hitting it harder than ever. So we're gonna slip in there tonight and hopefully arrow him. I'm not sure, there could be more than 1 bear, so we're gonna have to be careful and make sure we shoot the right bear, but let's head in there and see how it goes. Well, we just rewatched the footage. I'm shaking more now than ever. That's a smart old bear that we call Chip. I think it's our second year chasing him. We have him on camera last year and he was super elusive. And he came in downwind tonight. There's about half an hour left of legal. It's getting, the sun just had went down just, I think, a few minutes ago. Came in downwind sniffing. Came right to the bait, and we rewatched the footage, and it looks like I absolutely crushed him from what I seen. I didn't get a ton of penetration, but I think I hit that offside shoulder. He ran about 40-50 yards, and you could hear him cough, and then he went a bit further. I'm pretty sure I heard something similar to a death moan. So broke in the new Prime Logic. How awesome is that? Oh, I hope we can find this bear. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to, but you just never know. Good job, Mindy. That was cool footage. I heard something coming. I thought it was a deer, to be honest. And I look and I seen black through the spruce. Oh, I just hope we can find this bear. My luck with bears is pretty low, it seems like. So this could change it all, because that's a big old Bruin.
Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, RV City, Tacticam, iHunter app, Enforcer Ozone, Prime Archery, G5 Outdoors, K&R Tax Services, Killin' Sticks Arrows, 365 Archery, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Revolution Armory, and Score Ammunition. This segment is brought to you by Tacticam, the best first-person hunting camera on the market, made for hunters by hunters. Share your hunt. And by the iHunter app. Know your regs, where you're hunting or plan to go, right on your mobile device.
Well, we just got back to the truck and we gave the bear an hour, but we decided that we're gonna back out till the morning. It's just, when in doubt, back out. That's the famous saying, and it's actually very true. It's something, if you go in there and if he is still alive and you bump him, the chances of finding that animal are way down. So I'm pretty confident that he might only made it 100 yards and bedded down and died. He was definitely making some noises, and it looks like I hit the offside shoulder, so hopefully I caught 2 lungs, for sure 1 lung. But I did everything I could. I aimed right up from the back leg. If anything, I wish my shot was a little bit back, because he was quartering away. But we're gonna head back there in the morning and hope for the best, and hopefully find a big old Bruin that we call Chip, that we've been chasing for 2 years now. It'd be a pretty cool story, ending to this story, and I've been trying to get a bear for what seems forever now. So hopefully it all works out, so stay tuned for that.
That night, going back to Calvin's studio and rewatching the footage what seemed like 100 times, we were confident going in the next morning that our bear wouldn't have taken the Killin' Stick arrow very far.
You're kidding. He didn't go. We had to go another.
He didn't go 80 yards! No way! Why didn't we just look last night? Oh my god, he's right there, Cal. Oh, like he literally went step.
That's a big bear, boys.
That's a big bear.
I absolutely hate him. Well, everyone, here he is, a bear that we call Chip. We got trail cam photos of him last year, and as soon as he came in, he spooked all the other bears away, and sure enough, he was back again this year, and he was the only bear hitting the bait. And when we seen him, we knew he was a shooter, a big old boar all by himself. And as you can see, he's got a big head on him, wide ears. And last night was just an absolute gorgeous night. I heard, it was getting late, it was about half an hour till end of shooting light. The sun had just went down, and I heard something off to my right, and sure enough, here he was, and he came right through. Gave me a 19-yard shot, and I just crushed him. It went right, tucked it right in behind the shoulder and drilled into this offside shoulder. And he only went about 67 yards. And I broke in my new Prime Logic with my micro ventilator LTs, Killin' Sticks, and I couldn't be more proud of this bear. We set out this year to kill, my goal is to kill a Pope and Young bear for my first ever bear, and we got it done. I got to thank Calvin. I wouldn't have this bear without him, for helping us with these baits, and my dad coming out and helping me bait and set up the stands and filming, and it was just all in all a fantastic hunt. This is my first ever spring hunt, so it's gonna break up the summer and make fall come a lot faster, and I couldn't be any more happy about this harvest. So I hope you enjoyed this hunt, and I hope you stay tuned for another hunt on Moment of Truth TV.
keep up with the latest from Moment of Truth TV, make sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And also for in-field updates, follow @MitchellPayment on Instagram. Closed captioning is brought to you by RV City, located in Morinville and Nisku, Alberta. Moment of Truth TV is brought to you by Old Smokes Coffee, RV City, Tacticam, iHunter app, Enforcer Ozone, Prime Archery, G5 Outdoors, K&R Tax Services, Killin' Sticks Arrows, 365 Archery, Sugar Creek Taxidermy, Revolution Armory, and Score Ammunition.
There's a nice deer in here that we're calling Carl. He's got one really good side, and the other side is just a big blade. We've sat probably over 40 hours now, and we've been seeing deer, does and little bucks, but no shooters yet. And we're hoping tonight is the night.